Good morning to you, dear children. A very warm welcome to each and every one of you, dear children, to this online class of Class 5 EVS. I hope and pray you all are keeping safe and sound at home by the grace of God at this testing time of COVID-19. I am sure that you might be tired of staying at home and long to come back to school. Yes, children, we too miss you all very much in the school, and we hope to see you back to school very soon. Let's pray that God may take away to this COVID-19 pandemic very soon and give us favorable time for our day-to-day life. Children, today I am going to teach you Environmental Studies, chapter number 13, Storing Water. These are the points of today's class: wells and ponds, tanks, sources of irrigation, different quantities of water for different crops, and water is scarce or scarcity of water. Before going through the points, I will introduce the chapter for a while. Water is essential for our day-to-day life, without which we cannot survive. It is needed for various activities like cooking, drinking, bathing, washing, and irrigation for crops. Rain, rivers, lakes, ponds, and wells are main sources of water. The earlier settlements were near rivers and other water sources. As people began to move out of the banks of rivers and other water sources, they began to store water and transport to their places of living. Now I will go through the points, children. Please listen in the class, and all of you see the green board. Wells and ponds. Children, let us learn the sources of water where it is stored and collected. Wells and ponds. Underground water storage systems were found in many countries, and it is also practiced in India in a different ways. Most of the temple ponds are considered sacred by the people. These wells and ponds serve the purpose of bathing and cleansing activities before prayer, especially for pilgrims or long distance travelers. In ancient India, they were built by the kings for public use. They were covered and protected with attractive architecture. Many of these wells and ponds have steps to help people to get down. Now I will go through the second points. Tanks. Since time immemorial, people have preserved water in different ways. For domestic purpose, a small underground tanks called tankas were built in store water in the main courtyard. Government and charitable organizations construct public water taps in villages and cities. At some places, clean drinking water is kept in clay pots along the roadside. This drinking water is used by the local people as well as by the travelers. Nowadays, water is also transported to our homes through pipes. Sources of irrigation. Children, as we know that India is an agricultural country, therefore irrigation is the most important department of our country. People irrigate the crops through lakes, rivers, streams, ditches, ponds, wells, etc. Rainwater harvesting is practiced in areas where water is not available throughout the year after rainy seasons. In this method, water is collected when it rains in tanks or reservoirs, and this water is used in dry seasons. Fourth point, different quantities of water for different crops. Different plants require different amounts of water, some needs more and some needs less. Plants that require less amount of water are often called drought tolerant plants like millet. Some plants like wheat and sugarcane need not be watered every day, but they need to be watered once in a week or two when the soil becomes dry. Some plants like rice and wheat require large amount of water, which grows typically in marshy areas or along the banks of river or streams. Tea or coffee plants too require plenty of water, but cannot survive in the stagnant water. Fifth point is scarcity of water, or water is scarce. Water has become scarce and has turned to be very precious. The following are the reasons. Children, listen here attentively. Change in rainfall pattern, disturbance in the natural flow of rivers with too many dams, deep drilling for use industries and water bottling plants, excessive farming culture, use of chemical fertilizers that require undue water stagnant in the fields, overpopulation that leads to be more consumptions. So children who live in cities and towns have no wells or ponds of their own. They have to depend upon the township or municipality water department for supply of water to their homes. Water is a free gift of nature to all of us. Today, the misuse and overuse of water has made water more precious than gold. Remember children, we have to use water carefully without wasting. So children, today I conclude my class here. Please go through the points thoroughly and study at home sincerely. Thank you and please take care of you.